Hey, welcome back everyone. We're going to review Mad Lions versus VKE here, so spoilers if you haven't seen that Worlds match yet. They're thinking of maybe diving here. The Camille, Nunaway, decides to take matters into his own hands, and he tries to burst down this Jinx, but he gets caught up in the Chompers, and the Poppy also gets caught in the Chompers, and that gives the Nautilus time to get here and go in. Jinx flashes out. There's not really anything that the Camille could have done to make this Jinx dive work. One, the Jinx has flash, so that's going to make that dive way harder. The Camille doesn't have flash. And two, the Jinx has boots. So what that means is that after you use E to engage on the Jinx here, you might think, why doesn't Nanaue just save their R? Then you could jump over the Chompers, or you could dodge the Nautilus hook. But if you don't use the R here, the Jinx is just going to run away. And she has boots, and you don't. So she needs to use the R here to keep the Jinx there. But that leaves you vulnerable to the Chompers, and those just lock you out and the Poppy out and give the Nautilus time to come in and save you. So here we have VKE trying to kind of get out, but they don't see the Cassante here, and so that's why Shogun here on the Ezreal is trying to get some extra poke damage on Supa. He thinks, I'll just poke out Supa, and then I'll E over the wall and be safe with my team, because he has no idea this Cassante is coming. By the time Cassante is now seen, Shogun is way far away from his team. He won't be able to go down here without getting caught out by the Nautilus, so he has to spend the E over the wall, and that's what leaves him vulnerable to getting CC'd and then scooped by the Cassante. So just Cassante things. He uses his R to try to get out. He doesn't technically have enough to get out. The Nautilus here kind of turns around and tries to save him, but then that kind of dooms the Nautilus as well. And they're both taken down. Right here, when the Camille E is coming in, Nautilus might be able to flash down to this tower is still up, but he doesn't try. I don't know that it definitely would have gotten him out, but it was an option. Here we have Nanaue trying to defend this tower, and we have some kind of sloppy micro from him. He's chunking out the Cassante, and then he changes to the Jinx, and now he says, I'm going to try to kill that Jinx. He's going to flash onto the Jinx, but you see the Cassante W is already being charged, so he flashes right into the Cassante W and ends up getting CC'd. So just kind of a waste of a flash. Okay, here in this fight we have another kind of unforgivable play by Nanaue. He's here up here. You can't really see it, but he's going to E onto the wall and then E onto nobody, and he has no flash. And so this E onto nobody with no flash into 4 people is just totally unforgivable. There's no reason for this kind of sloppiness, and he ends up getting really punished for that. And now his team can't do anything because it's just a 4v5, right? Also, once this fight is over, Kati just needs to get out of here, but you can see he hesitates a little bit. He's trying to get some damage off. But the thing is, even if you get your QWR onto 5 people, so what? They're all at full health, right? So he gets a huge QWR, but it's not worth anything, right? So he should have just ran out full speed and not kind of hesitated. Then here we have something unforgivable from Mad Lions, which is just totally sacrificing this Baron. Too many of them recall at the same time, and then they see that they're on the Baron, and there's literally nowhere else the other team could be, because you see all 3 waves here are pushed up. So where else is the other enemy team going to be than on this Baron? And so it's not too late. They know they're on Baron, even though they all recalled. They have TP on Syndra, they have TP on Cassante. They should TP in right now onto this ward and try to distract the team, get them to peel off the Baron, stall for time, but they just don't. They don't believe they're on the Baron maybe, and they TP in way too late. By the time the Cassante gets in, the Baron's just totally gone. So really unforgivable macro play from Mad Lions. So here Mad Lions, for no reason, their Nidalee is still coming down. They get the dragon low enough. They saw the Lee Sin go over the wall, and they're just giving the Lee Sin the opportunity to take it when they could just wait 4 seconds for their Nidalee to come in. So just no need for this sloppiness from Mad Lions. And then here's just some Cassante being broken. Taking the 1v1 on Ezreal, 1v2 now, Lee Sin 2. So tanky, disabling his ulti to make him more tanky, and he just doesn't die. Just waits for all his team to come in. Just Cassante things, nothing to see here. And then here, just VKE is only 1k gold down, but they're just a disaster in this fight. Poppy's having a what the heck moment, charging up her ult onto nobody. Nautilus flash hooking in a line so that even when Shogun dodges out, it hits Oriana and they just pop her instantly. And then up here, Camille just doing nothing to this Cassante. I don't know what she thinks is going to happen, why she's wasting all her cooldowns going in onto the Cassante. That's it. And then Mad Lions goes for the win after this. And that's game 1 for Mad Lions. Clearly looking like the better team in game 1. In this game, Mad Lions is dominating from the first 2 minutes. They catch Guri in the jungle. And then Gank comes into the mid lane and they get a second kill in 3 minutes. And they just keep this pressure for the entire game. The Jarvan is still level 2, so they keep bullying. Up 1.6k now. Here, Alyoya thinks that he's going to come up here and get Jhin while he's in the ult, but he doesn't see Guri here, and they end up being the ones who get caught out. So good play from VKE here, trying to kind of recover from this 5-0 bad early game that they had, and they get the kill on the Cassante as well. Nice root up from the Jhin. We see another good play from VKE here. Alistar flashing onto the Jinx, knock up, get to the other side, and knock her into the tower. Really good play from Alistar, but then Nanue totally inting here. We see the Chompers on the ground, and instead of walking here and flashing over to get the kill on the Jinx, he just ease headfirst into the Chompers and loses the kills. Here, Supa thinks he's so safe, gonna meet up with his rel support right here, but really good hiding in the bush, get a really big shutdown here, but they're still 3k down even after that shutdown. Really good fight here from VKE considering they're still 4k gold down. Ali engages on the 4v5, which is not great, but watch Guri here does an amazing job. Flash in, EQ onto the 2 carries, Supa and Frescowy, and they're just totally zoned out by Jarvan while the rest of the fight is happening. So thanks to this Jarvan, they actually get the kill onto Cassante without any deaths back, but then the Renekton continues to go in. Nanue should probably just be backing up here, and the fight does then fall apart. Here, game should be over, 7k gold up, but we're still seeing really arrogant play out of Mirwin, just not respecting the team at all, and getting caught out for it. Now the gold lead's even bigger, 9.5k, but MDK still playing super sloppy, Alyoya engaging too much, and Mirwin again going way too far in, being really arrogant. And you can say like, okay, Mirwin's not going to do this if he's not 9k gold up, but fighting like this against a team that's 9k gold up is not a good sign. Here, Alvaro totally not respecting the enemy team, just walking through at 10% HP. No need for that. And then by this final fight, the jungler is 4 levels up, the gold is 9k, and so Mad Lions can just do whatever they want, and they close out the game. So clearly a pretty big skill gap here between Mad Lions and VKE, but I'm still not super happy with the kind of sloppy play that Mad Lions brought out. Just because you have a lead doesn't mean you should be playing that sloppy. We'll really have to see in the next series what comes out from them. VKE, I think that they got a little bit outclassed in the team fighting, in the laning, in the macro, pretty much everything. So I think they might have a struggle in this play-in stage. That's all for this episode. Subscribe to make sure you catch the next one. Thanks for watching.